they named it after a number, and it was the same number that is used what the police call in for public nudity,
All right.
which is 311.
311. I saw 311 in concert in Bridgeport this summer.
Okay,
They
pretty
were pretty
good,
good.
right?
Yeah, yeah.
Yeah, we're all in favor of 311. That's
311.
just like episode 311 of the Culture Trail Running Podcast.
From the belly of the Beast Coast, Glastonbury, Connecticut, this is the Cultra Trail Running Podcast. We talk about all the fun shit that happens on the trails that most normal people don't care about. The language we use is f***ing explicit and raw like the trails we run on, so don't listen with your kids! No kids. Cultra is brought to you by our Patreons and supporters, and we are 112% listener supported, and support is good.
All right. Well, welcome everybody to the Culture Trail Running Podcast. I'm your host, Art Byram, and I am joined today by Fred Marolo.
A very small part of the culture crew.
That's right. A very integral part of the culture crew.
There you
right?
go. I'm here now. I'm here. Where's everybody else? That's what I want to know.
Yeah, I don't know, and that's all right. I mean, I think some people are sick and some people are sick of me. So I don't know.
Sickness.
Yeah.
Yeah.
But, so far so good. I don't think that should stop us from having an episode.
Has it ever?
No, it hasn't. It hasn't. So, Celeste is out. I know Jimmy's out, and Becky is sick tonight. So
Becky is out.
Yeah, I mean out. That's right. HIPAA, right? We can't say that.
Yeah, you can't.
We can't say that.
Can't reveal anything.
She could have maybe she's having tea with the Queen or something, right?
She may be having tea. Well, it'd be kind of late.
Yeah, or she could be out for a run.
Oh, yeah.
Any one of those things. I'll let you guys decide. Anyway, we do have some fun stuff to talk about tonight. Want to kind of bring you up to date with some of our Patreons, and then talk a little bit about, let's see, Mid-State Massive happened this past weekend. So we'll talk just a little bit about that. Not that it's kind of weird, and maybe we'll start talking about that right now. And then we're going to talk about Patreons too. So, and we're also going to talk about our, on the 29th, we're going to have our Cultra Monster Mesh run. So maybe I'm going to start right there. How about that?
Start right there while you're there.
Yeah, we're going to have a get together in the mesh. If you're going to have Halloween, you might as well go to the scariest place known on the planet. And that is without a doubt the Mesh, which is the Meshomassic State Forest. I think it might be the second largest state forest in Connecticut. I'm going to go with that.
What's the largest?
The other one.
The one that's bigger.
Yes, that's right. Yeah. But it's for such a small state, it's a huge forest, and it's very much, really no one knows how big this is. So you could say it's the fucking largest, and you'd have to, somebody would have to fight you on it because it is, it's a large forest. There's I think you have the Shinipsit Trail goes through it. Right through the middle of it. And then besides that, it's just a bunch of logging roads that are more maintained than logging roads. So they're more like gravel roads. And then there's a bunch of logging roads as well. So this was a WPA or CCC projects, back in the day from FDR. They kept America busy coming out of the Great Depression by building trails for us and, doing different construction projects there.
And that's when everything was initials, right? You had WPA, CCC, and FDR.
That's right. Yeah. 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 And the FBI.
Oh, and the FBI was started too, right?
That's right. That's right. And so, but you know what? Those were the good old days. That's when it wasn't just CFPA.
Okay, that's four initials. See,
It is.
that's too many.
They're overachievers. The
They are overachievers.
Connecticut Forest and Parks Associates. They're kind of like the CCC of the modern day, right?
Right. The CCC of the CT and the NOW. Right.
Yeah. And they take care of the LOGS. So, and they also kind of do battle with DEEP, the DEEP.
Yeah, I'm old school. I go back to when the deep was just the dep.
Yeah, that people could understand and they could get behind that, right?
Yes,
Department of Environmental Protection, not the
seems simple, right? But they
Department
have to
of.
have right.
Didn't they throw? Isn't the extra E energy or something?
I don't
Department
know.
of Energy and Environmental Protection.
It's not just the Department of Environmental Protection, like two environmentals.
Oh, like yeah.
I think you're right.
The Department of Redundancy and Department Redundancies. So yeah, that's what we used to say. Is New Jersey is the redundant state is New Jersey. So anyway, yeah, so they actually take care of all the trails out there, and I know they do have a fundraiser going on right now. If if you're looking to spend some instead of donating to a campaign, which you might as well like wipe your butt with it instead of poison ivy. You can donate to the Connecticut Forest and Parks Association. At least something that you wanted done would get done, right?
I've been told many times in the last month or two.
That's right.
Probably the last 10 years or two, that if I just send money, then some candidate will win. All it takes is money.
Yeah.
Like I can pretty much buy an election. So they say.
Yeah. But all seriousness, people should, I encourage people to vote. Whoever you want to vote for is cool by me. Just, think about it. Gather as much information as you can and, get out there and vote. So,
I'm in favor of that.
Oh,
like you have to be in favor of voting. Otherwise, what do you want?
Yeah. Okay. And then what are the other big things for us? Like stay in school, right?
Stay in school. Don't do drugs.
Don't fucking do drugs, right?
Right.
Unless what?
Unless you want to.
Or unless you want to. Or unless your friends are doing drugs, right?
Unless your friends are doing it.
I mean, if all your friends are doing drugs, then like, what's the big deal? Right.
I have a daughter who probably did a few drugs when she was in high school. And, they had that slogan, like above the influence, where it was always saying like, don't be influenced, be above the influence. And
don't be under the influence.
I said to her one day, I think you are the influence, right? You're the influence. And she was like, maybe for my friends, I'm the influence that they're supposed to stay above.
That sounded like a stoner. Like, what happens if we were under the influence? What happens if we were above the influence?
Yeah.
Whoa.
Yeah. Mm-hmm.
What if DOG spelled cat? I mean, yeah. Jeez. So anyway, speaking of Mid-State Massive.
Yeah, it happened.
And Connecticut almost had a complete boycott of the race, apparently.
Not a lot of, we went down that list and there were not many Connecticut people.
Yeah. Now, I mean, listen, we are not a Connecticut trail running podcast, even though we're based in the belly of the Beast Coast, Glastonbury, Connecticut. We give a lot of love to our cousins in Maine and New Hampshire and Massachusetts and New York and New Jersey and Pennsylvania, right?
Yeah.
And so, so that's all fine, but it's kind of weird though, that there weren't a lot of Connecticut people running that. Right. So Fred, do you have the results up there?
I do.
Could you tell us who was first place in Mid-State Massive this year?
Some dude from Vermont.
by the name of.
Oh, you want a name? Not
Yes,
just
let's name. We're gonna name names, motherfuckers. You can't go
all
and
right.
win a race without getting talked about. Okay.
Horn Kwasnick,
Okay. From now, where's he from?
Waterbury.
Waterbury, Vermont,
Yes, home
not
of Ben and
Connecticut.
Jerry's, right?
That's
Isn't that what
kind of
Ben and
like
Jerry's?
Connecticut, right?
He probably is like lives right next to Ben and Jerry's.
Mm,
Ice cream is
okay.
good ultra food, so you know.
It is. It is. Who was in second place? And
A different dude.
okay,
Uh, Cody Cutler from Sterling,
excuse
Mass.
me. Bless me,
Mhm.
everybody. I know
Yeah,
you guys were all
yeah,
saying
yeah.
that. So,
Cody Cutler from Sterling, Mass.
all right. Very good. Congratulations, Cody. That's cool.
And then like third place was first of all bib number one, so he must have been really important. Okay.
Uh-oh. No, that means
Tom,
that he won. That means that he won the shit last year.
did he? All right, Tom
Yeah.
Standish from Acton, Mass. And I wonder if he's like related to Miles
You
Standish.
know he is.
He's gotta be.
Miles was the better runner, though. I'm just saying, right? I mean, if your name's Miles or Swifty or, you
Yes.
know,
Yeah.
under turf or over turf, I mean, well, there's a guy, Brad Overturf, out there, right? He's got that's like one of those good names. And or if you got Miles in your name, you're rocking it somehow, right?
You should be.
Yeah.
Like Miles Esty, my old buddy Miles. He's an ultra runner from Connecticut and a lawyer.
Okay.
Yeah.
Huh. Um, all right. So how about your cat's ass, Fred?
Right there, early on. Usually she comes at the end of the show.
Ladies and gentlemen, Fred's cat's ass just made an appearance. Who was the number one female in this race?
Yes,
Could you
no,
check
tough
that out for
question.
us,
But
please?
I got this. Uh, F1, Dalton McCurdy of Bozeman, Montana.
All right.
Yeah, people come from Montana, but do they come from Connecticut and run this race?
Yeah.
Not many. Let's shout out the Connecticut people, though,
Oh,
right?
who was? I just would like to recognize the females here, the
All
women.
right, second woman.
Uh-huh.
Wait a minute. Anita Zepatella
Okay.
from Ohio.
Who doesn't need a Zepatella, right?
I need
I need a Zepatella.
a
You need a
Zepatella.
Zepatella. Everybody needs one.
Like people come from far and wide to run this race, but not from
And
Connecticut. Jessica
and
Yao was third place woman.
from
New York, New York.
okay, there you go. Look at that. Okay, so they got some ringers in for the for the women there. So
Not as fast as that woman in Chicago. How about that shit?
yeah, that was that was impressive stuff. So I ran in the mesh last what was it, a couple days ago, Monday, with two New York Bonanno. And he worked up a VDOT, and the numbers on that, that's the velocity at VO2 max. So just showing the equivalent predicted times based upon that, had her running like a 3:55 mile. And, and I know there were some different ways to calculate that. I think another one, though, was sub 4. So it's pretty interesting to see that,
She has a track history. I don't really know what her times are in the mid distance stuff, but she's done them all. So
yeah, I mean that's quite impressive,
Oh yeah.
And it's so far, I don't know, what was it? Was that like another 2-minute improvement, right? Because didn't last time we were talking about I thought it was like 2:12 last time.
Yeah, I think so. Because I'm forgetting all the people's names, but there was the record stood for a long time. And I think it was like 2:15 or something, right?
Well, no, Paula Radcliffe had it at 2:19.
2:19.
I think it was 2:19 for years, because
Yeah.
I think maybe even I don't remember whether that was, I guess I should know, but I don't remember if that was Chicago, which very well could be. I saw her run in New York. when she was wearing 111. And, that was early 2000s. She did that. So, um, let's see. So, yeah, so that's pretty exciting stuff. To see that. And she got a Boston qualifier too with that, right? Assuming that the time stands up
I'm going to say
within these
yes.
standards.
I'm going to say that she probably got a Boston qualifier with the 209.
They-
That should do it, even with the increased standards.
They keep fucking ratcheting it down, though. I don't know. She might not be good. Who knows?
I'm sorry, man. Yeah, we can't.
No, I think that's great. I'm wondering. Here's a question. I've been thinking more about the Boston qualifier stuff. I bet there's a whole population, because what happens to a lot of runners, a lot of faster runners like myself, is that you run and you qualify for Boston for a while, and then you run it a couple times, or however many times, and then you're like, okay, I kind of did that, and I maybe want to move on to some other things, and then, one thing that interests some people is that when they drop the time and make it more demanding, there is for a certain percentage of the population, that's a big draw again. If it's a little bit tougher to make, a lot of times, there's a group of people I think that do want to come back and go and get that. It's the old supply and demand thing. The harder it is to get it in, to get access to it. Where's Becky when we need her? The more people, the more people I think want to go after it. So you think that's legit or no? Or you think that's bullshit?
I think that it goes both ways. There are probably some people who just despair of it, who would
be on
the cusp, and they're like, "Oh, screw this! I've been trying so long, and I thought I was going to make it, and now you're telling me that
you have crushed my hope.
5 minutes faster. Yeah, you crushed my little dreams." Yeah,
I did see some people react like that, but I also saw some others. I definitely saw some people who were like, feeling down about that, like, fuck my life. Just,
yes.
I thought I was going to qualify here, and now this made it that much tougher. But I know I know a couple people too that saw that and then kind of doubled down on it and said, okay, you know what? I'm going to go for it and go and get it done, So,
good attitude.
Yeah. And with some success. Actually, I know a couple people that tried and didn't make it, and a couple people that tried and did make it. So, I think it works all around. So, but I think if you're out there and you're trying, I know that when I first tried to qualify for Boston, first try, I had a couple times where it would have been a huge step for me. I think I was running like I don't know, like a 345 or something like that, or a 350 something. So, I think I went over 4, then I went like 352, then maybe 330, then 323, then I had to get under 320 at the time. So I think Chicago. I went and got it there for the first time. So, but it took
from a lot of people.
It's
going in like, oh, I did it. All right.
Yeah. It could. I mean, I have to say though, I did, I've also talked to people, after a race where they're like, oh, it was my first run and I can't believe I qualified for Boston, I mean, so there is a certain level of, some people come to it with more talent right out of the box. And then, most people have to grind some to get there, I think.
Well, there are people who run hundreds and like, you'll see them the next day and they're like, I didn't really get a great night's sleep. And you're like, I'm still on the course. Don't talk to me.
Yeah. Oh, yeah, yeah.
Like, so you got home at midnight? Yeah, that's so rough.
Yes.
Poor thing. Yeah.
Yeah. Nope. That's that can happen. So um
So before we leave Midstate Massive, the Connecticut people who did the 100,
yeah.
Gregory Smith of Newington,
Hmm.
uh, and Christopher Bridge of Oxford.
Yeah.
And I think that's
Very
it
good.
for the 100.
Yeah. Huh. Yeah. See, that is something. Out of how many finishers for the 100?
You ask all
So
the time.
it's like 90 or something. Is that right?
Uh, 54 men and 14 women.
Huh.
So 68.
Okay. Um, okay. And I wonder, it doesn't show how many DNFs, does it? Do you have it doesn't they're
Not
not
in the
listing
thing
that?
that I have.
Yeah, I know cutoffs with that race are tough. I got cut off there. Um, just a misjudgment, you know, and a whole bunch of things. Whatever. We went into detail on that one.
We did, but
I wrote a book about that one, Fred.
yeah, Bill Hara had time to do a complete shave in like 5 different segments during the race, and he still finished. So
Yeah, he did.
he did, but he
He
finished
did.
pretty much clean shaven, I think, or maybe he just had like a stash at the end. I don't know.
Yeah. Huh. He had his Prefontaine going.
You saw that, right? The
That was
video,
classic.
yeah, it was great. Where he like kept sculpting his beard a little more for every aid station.
Yes. That was the episode where Becky actually wore a beard to
Oh
to
yeah,
the
that's right.
podcast, and I kept changing my beard during the podcast
Oh
with the
yeah,
filter.
your virtual beard. Yes.
Yes, that was a good episode. That was a fun one. So congratulations to everybody who did that. So and then there was also I think I don't know if we talked about Forbidden Forest. I think that was maybe the week before. Is
The
that
week
right?
before, yeah, I was on a walk with Ultra Walker Andy
Mm-hmm.
Sunday morning from Milford to like Trumbull or something. And Andy's like,
Okay.
follow me, we're gonna go down this road. And I'm like, we're headed right for the Forbidden Forest place, like the Roosevelt Forest. And he was like, yeah, it turns out that the fastest way to get from here to there is to go right through the middle of that park. So,
Huh.
so we walked through the park, and lo and behold, an ultra was taking place.
Oh my gosh.
It's like the something like, was it 30 hours or something? I don't know, but
Yeah,
it was day
yeah. There
two.
was 30 hours.
People looked pretty tired. It was day two.
Huh.
But I just happened upon one of my good ultra friends, Karen Giroux. So I saw her, and that was nice. And we caught up for a minute. But I'm like, Karen, you're in a race. Keep going. Go. But it
Wow.
was nice. Oh, and Lou gave me a hat. Very nice hat.
Oh, nice.
Said Roosevelt Forest on it. But that's not the hat I'm wearing. I'm wearing the hat from the Ultra I ran.
Huh. So before we go on to Forbidden Forest, also Amy Jennifer Hanlon ran the 30 miles, so we got to give her a shout out.
He
So
did. And there were a couple of people who ran the 50 too, I think, from Connecticut.
yeah.
Let me give all the Connecticut people their
Okay.
All right.
Because there's not many.
There's not many. So when I say Alva, it's really not that many.
Yeah.
Mark Hoffauer of Woodstock.
Mm-hmm. Don't take the brown acid.
Yeah, it's not specifically too good. Jason Ponce of Stafford. Those are
Uh-huh.
both 50 milers.
The Ponzi scheme.
Yeah, the Ponzi scheme. Jessica Testerman of Milford ran the 50.
Mm-hmm.
There you go,
Just for
Jeff.
men and women.
Chris Lowry ran the 30.
Very good.
And Amy Jennifer Hanlon and Marissa Petroza and
Huh.
Nakina
Is she from 10 Junk Miles?
Bennett.
Is she Eddie's brother or sister?
She's from Amston, Connecticut.
Oh, okay.
Amsden Light, probably Connecticut.
Oh yeah, yeah. I almost bought a house there.
Yeah.
Didn't work
Um,
out though. It never does.
and
So
and I think that's it for Connecticut. Connecticut did not really represent much at the mid-state.
yeah. I think they
You know
listened
why?
to
Because
my
everybody was doing the cut this year. They figured that that would be their New England 100.
yeah. I think hopefully we didn't talk him out of it during our episode. I think Jacques Serbach ran it last year and
Yes.
got cut off too. So
No.
yes,
Jack
it's true.
got cut off.
Yes.
What was he, jackassing around or something? Come
No,
on.
I think it was just like because it starts in waves and
Uh-huh.
and if you're not paying attention, shit can happen, especially if you're in the later waves because you don't get extra time or anything. It's like, I don't know.
Did I tell you my Jacques Sarbach story? He moved out to the Bay Area. And so
Yes.
I said to
Mhm.
him, like, oh, you should connect up with my son Fred. He runs, and like you could like meet a community of runners out there and stuff. And he was like, yeah, sure, give me his contact, or I'll give him my contact information. So I did, and I said to my son Fred, call this guy. He's a good runner. He's a good guy. He'll be able to show him around the running community. And then
Break some bread.
then I talked to my son a couple months later. I'm like, did you ever call Jacques? And he was like, no. And I was like, why not? He's like, because I looked him up and he's really fast. And
Oh,
I'm intimidated to run with him. And I'm like, well, you could have like introduced him to your running club. He said, Dad, my running club is called the Fat Boys Running Club. I'm the fastest guy in the club. And Jacques is definitely too fast for all those guys. I was like, all right, you could have just,
no,
gone out to lunch with him or something, whatever.
no, he can, you know what? I think most of the time it's like, most people can find a time to do, one man's recovery is another man's speed work. So,
I know. And
you
that's
know,
that's what I said to him. I said, come on, he would run with you. You could run a few miles together. It would be no big deal. But
yeah.
I think he just felt awkward about it. Like some dude my dad sort of knows, wants me to, my dad wants me to run with him. So whatever.
Well,
They
he's
didn't
got to
say.
he's got to try to fill your shoes there, right?
Yeah.
So,
That's
you
it.
know, that's got to be intimidating, right?
I don't know.
So,
So anyway, he did
okay.
not.
Well, congratulations to everybody who did Forbidden Forest. I
Yes.
mean, excuse me, who did Mid-State
Mid-State
Massive.
Massive and Forbidden Forest.
Yes.
Them too. Yeah. Probably
Yeah.
more
So,
Connecticut people in Forbidden Forest.
well, Forbidden Forest. So, that was they had a couple different things going. So, the 30 hour, the first place was David Stosky. He got 128.8 miles.
Nice.
Jason Kaplan got 121.9. He like Odendalled the 122. So, um, Richard Tenaglia got 105.8. So, congratulations to those the top three there. Top female was Sarah Fair at 89.7. And
Nice.
then Maud Gorman at 87.4.
Sounds like it was
And
bad.
then Karen Giroux. I bet she's from
Giroux. That's Karen
Montreal.
Giroux. She's from Mass, right?
Giroux.
She's from like
Okay.
Shrewsbury or something. Yeah, I know.
I could be.
She's my
Yeah.
ultra friend. That's the one I saw in the race. Good thing we didn't talk longer. She wouldn't have got as many miles.
Yeah. She ended up with 71.3.
Oh,
So,
good for her. Way to go, Karen.
yeah, very good. Um, so, congratulations to everybody who did that. So,
And there was an ultra in New Jersey last weekend.
oh yeah, yeah. That that wasn't the Wild Goose, was it? Or
No.
no, that was maybe the week
No,
before.
that
What was the one in New Jersey? Oh, Fred, you did one in New Jersey, right?
Yes,
Yeah.
Hainesport, 48 hours, 100 and 24-hour. Yeah. They also have like a 6 and a 12. But yeah, in Hainesport, New Jersey. South Jersey.
Okay.
The week before,
Um,
they had the one day that really is 3 days, but then this week they have the Hainesport, says on the hat 124-hour, but it's really 48. So New Jersey has it
okay.
times, like one day, 2 days, whatever. But
Huh.
yeah, that was fun, and I saw um, some some people who like one would be Walt Hamer. Walt
Oh,
Hamer. He was there, did 101 miles, I think, or something.
okay. Huh.
Um, and my good friend Gary Ferguson was there too. He was second male, I think, even though he's advanced in age like I am.
In what event?
The 48.
Oh, okay. Okay. Um, yeah, so I guess 48 it looks like oh yeah, yeah. Pablo Espinoza,
Yep, Pablo's
first
from
place.
he's from Quebec.
Okay. That sounds like a French Canadian,
Yeah,
you
he's
know.
actually originally from Argentina, moved to Quebec years ago, but
Okay.
he's from
Cool.
Quebec. He's legit. He's like done some weird,
He Fred,
difficult.
he won the race. Okay, he's got to be
Yeah, 2 years
somewhat
in a
legit.
row. But he also has done some wacky stuff like run 50 miles a day on a treadmill for a month, or that kind of thing.
Yeah, the name's familiar. So,
Yeah.
um, excellent. Well, congratulations to him. Second place was Anna Miglio
Yep.
with 114.99. And then your buddy Gary Ferguson
Yep.
comes in with a classic distance, the classic distance of 112 miles.
All right. Way to go,
So
Gary.
that's stout. That's very good. Congratulations to him. Let's see. So second place female was Kimberly Sargent with 102.
And
And
before you leave
Fred
Kim
Marolo,
Sargent,
number 5.
Before you leave Kim Sargent
Yeah.
has run over 100 hundreds. She's a sweetheart. She's from Galveston, Texas, I think, and
Huh.
she's run about 105 100s now.
Wow.
Yeah,
Wow. Huh.
retired pharmacist. So she in her retirement, she's got one of those like fancy tricked out transit van things, and she drives around the country and does 100 milers. So way to
Geez,
go.
that's kind of like me,
Yeah.
except I don't
Yeah.
really, I mean, I don't have a Sprinter van. I have a tricked out uh, Chrysler Pacifica.
Yeah,
Um,
no, this isn't like
Vanned
that.
off the gray.
Her van is really nice. I've seen her van. I'm just like,
Mine's pretty nice too, Fred. I gotta say.
really?
Yeah,
I
I'll
can
show you my
stand up
van
in it.
sometime, Fred.
I don't. That sounds like an invitation. I don't know. We'll see.
It's got a water,
Will there be
it's got running
chaperones
water.
there?
What's that?
I said there will be chaperones when you show me
Yeah,
your
yeah. You
show me
can,
your. Yeah.
no,
Okay.
we'll have a safe word, okay?
All right. Okay. Perfect. But
um,
yeah, Kim Sargent is a sweetheart. She did another 100 miles in less than 48 hours. And
wow.
I did 101 miles. So woo, yeah.
Yeah, that's awesome. Ed Peters too, right?
Yeah, Ed Peters from Connecticut. Yeah, he was there.
There you go.
Ed
So
Peters.
this kind of explains why nobody was at Midstate Massive, is because all the Connecticut people were in New Jersey.
Yeah,
So
that could be. The
and,
people who put that on are, by the way, are called Beast Coast Productions.
mm,
So they're very
okay.
nice. They're it's a good racing, company. So they're nice. It's on a essentially 1 mile loop in a municipal park that's behind the municipal building in Hainesport. So you're just like on this little rabbit warren of different sidewalks.
So where's Hainesport?
It's about 30 miles east of Philadelphia.
Oh, okay. So like on the other side of Camden?
Farther east.
Oh,
Camp
okay.
right next to Philadelphia.
Yeah, yeah.
So
Okay.
it's Hainesport is probably I'm going to say, 15 to 20 miles east of Cherry Hill, which is,
Yeah.
yeah. So, down that way,
Okay.
South
Not
Jersey,
it's past Rutgers, but not, you know,
not
not
all the way down,
gotcha.
not near Delaware, like, because New Jersey has a little tail that goes pretty far down there.
Yeah.
I don't know where
Also,
North Jersey people go. They don't
I
go to,
I got a question for you. So,
yeah.
we had Walt Hamer, right?
Yeah.
And Brent Hamer.
Oh, yeah. Okay. Well, here, let me regale you with a story about Brent Hamer. Brent
Yeah,
Hamer,
please.
Walt's son. He's, I don't know, what is he, 46 or something?
Yeah,
He
he's
was he was in a punk band in the early 2000s that was like mildly famous called Bigwig. And they actually
huh.
did a European tour and they toured around the US, but they were more popular in Germany and in Quebec, I think, than they were in the US.
Wow.
Bigwig. Yeah,
Huh.
that's Walt's son Brent.
That's awesome. That's see, that's Patreon's that's it makes it all worth it right there.
Yeah,
That
I
one,
know. I'm gonna find some bigwig music and listen.
yeah. Okay, Bigwig. We'll have a link to Bigwig in our show notes. So, fresh off the press, you know.
Yeah. So
Um,
and Walt had a message. It said like, it's not Hammer. So I'm not Arm and Hammer. You're gonna have to think of something else. And I was like, all right. What do you
well, it
think of
is Hammer.
what do you think of
I
Volkswagen?
fucking said it's Hammer, so it's Hammer. Sorry, Walt.
Well, then Walt says to me after he says that, right? Uh, well, when they used to have phone books, if you looked under Hamer, it would say see also Hammer. And if you looked under Hammer, it would say see also Hamer. So it's kind of like they're the same.
Yeah, that makes sense.
That
So,
vindicates you somewhat, or I would say, right?
yeah. So it's Big Wig, huh? And
Yeah.
it's not Big Wigs.
I'm
Oh,
gonna
here we
say
go.
no. You find them?
Yeah. So,
That's it. There you go.
all
Big
right.
in Quebec. Very big in Quebec.
What's that?
They were very big in Quebec.
Ah, fuck, I don't blame him. I like that.
And apparently they were buds with the guys from My Chemical Romance, which is also a New Jersey band, apparently.
Yeah.
So
Gotcha.
he knows like Gerard Way and stuff.
Okay. Um, so yeah, Bigwig. Check him out. Smash the subscribe button. So, or whatever you do with that.
Whatever you do.
But
Do
I do
more of
like
it.
the music there, so I gotta hand it to him. That's pretty cool. So, and that was we just played excerpts of A War Inside. Um, so there you go. That's explicit and raw. Um, all right. Any other things? We have Eric Livingston, too. Now, Eric Livingston, I wonder if he's related to the Connecticut Livingstons. Any chance of that or no?
I don't know.
Or Franklin Nash? He might be related to, like Graham Nash or something.
Ogden Nash, Graham Nash,
Yeah.
the family Nash.
Yeah. Um, so there you go. Um, let's see. Caitlin Rossi got second place in the 24 hours, running 100 miles. So
Nice.
congratulations to her, like a boss. Second place overall, second only to Kaylee Frederick, who got 125.
Kaylee Frederick is young. How does it say what her age is?
It says less than 20.
Yeah, I think she's 19. And she was
Um,
the youngest uh
it says she's 19. Yes.
the youngest runner ever to complete Badwater.
Oh, yeah, I see that.
Yeah, she ran her little guts out, man. She ran
Yeah.
so hard. At the finish line, she was spent. But that was awesome. 125 miles in for a
Hmm.
19-year-old at 24 hours. Yeah, it was very impressive.
Jeez. Yeah. Um,
And she was polite when she passed you, knowing that she passed me like 50 times. When she passed me, she always like said, "Excuse me,"
she said,
not like
please move,
"Get out of the
asshole.
way."
Hold it. So she
Excuse
ran,
me, thank you.
hold it, wait, she ran Badwater twice,
There you go.
is at least twice that I'm seeing.
Could be.
World's End, Heiner, Cape Fear, C&O Canal. Yeah, Buckeye Ultra 200.
Well, nice.
Um, wow. We should have her on and have Lila and they can talk like and relate to each other and stuff.
They can talk young, really good ultra runner stuff. Yeah.
Yeah, they can
All
talk
right.
about like instead of saying shit like we say, like remember when we ran?
Gary and I
Like,
said that many times. We were walking around in circles, like, remember when we used to run and we'd like laugh at all those old guys who would just be like walking around in circles, just compiling miles. Well, here we are.
hmm, wow. So pretty good. That's excellent. So congratulations to Kaylee Frederick, 19 years old. And so she actually, her last name is the same as your first name, Fred.
Right. Yeah. Coincidence?
Wow. I think she copied you because you were there first, right?
I was definitely
Like,
there.
Kaylee, stay in your lane, okay? I'm just saying. uh, so it goes. So all right. Well, congratulations, Fred. That's really good. You got another 100 going. So
Yeah. Yeah.
very good.
18 years, 18 consecutive years, I finished 100 miles in at least a 48 hour or less,
Hmm.
so. And why does that matter? Because Nick Marshall, who's like the
Penny Marshall's brother.
ultra compiler of lists, has decided randomly that if you can complete 100 miles in less than 48 hours, it counts as 100.
Oh, okay.
So people who, like when the gesture was on and he was talking about like how many hundreds and stuff, you have to do it in less than 48 hours, doesn't count.
Okay. Yeah, because otherwise you could like, yeah, okay, I get it. It's kind of like the no sleep till Guilford
Yeah,
rule,
yeah,
right? It's like you
yeah,
gotta say what it is, otherwise it's something else.
right. It's got to be
So
something, and you got to say what it is.
yeah. Um, all right. Do you have anything else, Fred, before we go on to Patreons?
No, not at
No.
all.
Okay. Um, all right. Well, so I want to say this though. Um, let's say that you're listening and you really don't have any money, okay, but you still want to be involved. I mean, like, you know, there's other ways that you can get involved besides Patreon. If you leave a review, that would be pretty cool. Or if you go onto Reddit or something like that, um, and throw comments up there, support us on Reddit. Not to our page, but just to random people, like fucking spam the shit out of them and stuff. Like if they say, "Hey, I'm looking for a recipe for, lazy vegan recipe or something," you could say, "Up, go to Culture Trail Running Podcast. Lots of lazy vegan, recipes can be found there."
Lazy
Um,
vegan content.
yeah,
Lots of lazy vegan content on Culture.
yeah, all the fucking lazy vegan content you can eat. So, um, that would be good. That's one way you can support us. Another one is to leave a 5-star review somewhere. That helps people. Like if you go to browse podcasts, all of a sudden our name will pop up there. Or if people search, you know, explicit and raw trail running podcasts, our name would pop up there. So it helps more people find us, which would be cool.
Yeah.
Or it certainly can't hurt. So, and if you would like to support us as a Patreon, these are people who give a monthly donation to the podcast. It helps us pay for expenses, feed the monkey, and helps us do other things like buy stickers and but more importantly than that, I think it helps it helps kind of get you on our radar too, so that we can kind of interact with you a little bit more, find out who's listening, because otherwise we listen, or we put these out there. Every week we've been doing this since 2019, which was, for those keeping score, that's before COVID. We've been doing this. And when you're a Patreon, it kind of just tells us that, like, you know what, there's somebody who downloads this maybe and listens to what listens on occasion. So it allows us to know that you're out there. So
we're talking to someone. So
yeah.
Join us.
Yeah. Otherwise it gets weird, right?
Yeah.
So,
it's already weird, but it'll get weirder.
It is. It gets weirder. Like It's kind of like drinking alone, right?
Yeah. Like George Thorogood.
Yeah. I prefer to podcast by myself. So, so speaking of hashtag Hundo Joe, here's hashtag Hundo Joe is our, the guy leading off the show. And I haven't seen, what Joe's done lately. Have you seen any news on Hundo Joe?
I have not. I'm trying to think. No, I don't think I have.
I almost ran with him at Alpacaville.
Okay.
I reached out to him there, and we're going to find a time to get together. Next up is Albert Starr, big money Albert Starr Galactica.
He has been dealing with a little bit of a hamstring issue. I think it's his upper hamstring is dogging him, and that, all the sympathy that I had that hamstring insertion problem like years ago, and it took about a year to heal. So he'll be back, Albert. Don't worry, he'll be back.
Yeah, hamstrings suck. I mean, they really do. Actually, all injuries. So I want to kind of give a shout out there to anybody who's injured. It's a tough thing, I mean, for me, I don't know, like anytime I have like anything go wrong, I don't know, like certain things in my life I'm able to handle, and other things I just fucking can't seem to get my shit together with it. I always think like career ender, I wonder if this is the last time, so, if you're out there and you're injured, but usually there's always something in the future for you to do, and our running, although it's therapeutic and it's fun and it's social, it doesn't, my running, as important as it is, it does not define me, I do find other things to do to add value to to the planet and to myself. So
what? It doesn't define you?
Well, okay, it fucking does, right? No. It doesn't define me every day. Okay.
All right. Okay.
All right.
Not every minute of every day. Anyway,
I've discovered that I can take out the garbage and do the dishes.
Oh, I have to take out the garbage tonight. I'm glad you reminded me. Thank you. It's recycling night too, everyone.
Actually, dump day is Tuesday in Glastonbury in the Byram household. So, make sure you have your cans up by Monday night.
Take out your can.
That's right. 113th mile, because fucking, I've never seen the 113th mile, to be honest with you. I always had to stop at 112. So,
as well you should.
Yes. To New York Bonanno. He and I did a little scouting run out in the mesh. We went up and saw an alien transponder for time travel, like a tower in the mist. And we're going to go up there next 2 weeks from today on a Tuesday at night. Fuck. I don't know. I'm going to take a Geiger counter up there just to see. See if it measures.
I'm thinking where I will be when you do this. I will be in Omaha.
Okay.
I can't get far enough away from that. No, it's the way it's going to be.
The mesh knows where you think you're going to be there.
I
We might
may
summon
be
you
in.
back.
You might see me. You like
If we
run up and see me. I'll be
Yeah,
there.
if we say the right words, you might just end up back there. I
Nice.
think I'm going to have some dolls around too. There might be
Nice.
some. I might bring some dolls with me.
Oh yeah, the ones that are like woven out of sticks,
Oh yeah.
Blair
No,
Witch.
I
Put a
have
couple of
ancient
those out
ones that are ancient Byram family dolls that
Okay.
bring up the ghosts of my ancestors, and
All right.
you roll them back in their eyes, and there's nothing there. They have like the
Nice.
fucking dead eye dolls. I'll take a picture. You know what? That might actually be. I don't know. I may post some of that. So some creepy shit. So that was Tony Bonanno, and also we discovered that the mesh defies gravity too.
Of
So
course.
I did catch one leaf there during the run. So hopefully everybody's out still catching leaves. Lots of fun out there. But I did notice something in the mesh. Tony didn't fall in the mesh.
So what happened?
It's the mesh. It's gravity. It just
Does what it does.
It didn't want him to fall.
Yeah.
Let's see, A Marcus.
Just one. A Marcus, not any Marcus, but
that's right. It's A Marcus. It's not a specific Marcus. A Marcus of unspecific origin.
That's it.
Origin. Amy Jennifer Hanlon, finisher of the Mid-State Massive 30 miler. Because 50K would be stupid.
Yeah, right. That's silly.
That's right. Let's say Amy Jennifer Hanlon's friend. That's like kind of like posting up like everyone, It's like you couldn't get more non-specific if you tried.
That's pretty non-specific. Yeah.
Amy Mauerpower.
I saw her.
You did?
Yeah, I was out in California last week and we went out to dinner.
Really?
Yeah, well, I actually went out to dinner with some family members and my sister brought her along because she, like, 1 week a month stays at my sister's house. So, she happened to be there and they came down to dinner in San Francisco.
Very good. Very good. How is Amy Mauerpower?
She's doing wonderful.
Huh.
Life is good.
Good. That is always good to hear. So,
yeah.
Amaya Sorensen. She's been selling those, she's been a pharmaceutical rep for quite a while now. And selling drugs to stay on the path of recovery. So
here you go. Stay on the path.
We have the Pride of Plymouth.
Solid as a rock.
That's right. Andy Tidd. Andy Tide.
Tide. The tide's coming in.
Tide Pride. Angelia Rose out there getting it done. Have Anna G, who just did the catnip double.
Nice.
She's also up. She runs like most people are like, oh, I want to run that's kind of like flat and fast and like, something that's runnable and this and that. And she's like, yeah, if you have anything that's like gnarly and I can climb and if I happen to skin my knee or something, that's cool. She goes after the most interesting terrain out there. So Antone de Betancourt, like he never learns about tennis, just keeps doubling down on his bets. So
doubling down.
Austin Frank, our favorite hot dog salesman from Texas.
Yeah.
Azam Pulatov. Have you heard anything from Azam lately?
I have not. No.
Yeah. I don't know. I wonder what Azam is up to. If anybody knows, let us know. Okay.
Reach out to us. Tell us.
If you know us. Minions, go bring back information on Azam. We must know. Ben Nalette. So Very good. I got to reach out to Ben's dad because I'm retiring, have my retirement party tomorrow night. It's kind of late in the game, but have a retirement party tomorrow night. And I worked with his dad for many years. So Benjamin Griffin. Ben with Ben double N.
Ben 1N. What about Ben 1N?
Oh, Ben 1N. Yes, we have Ben 1N. Sorry. And then Ben double N Griffin.
Benjamin Griffin.
Yeah. I love the fact that he signs his name double N too.
Mm-hmm.
That's pretty cool. That is pretty cool. Berkshire Trailheads.
Repping the Shire.
That's right. And it's not just the Shire, it's the Berkshires.
It's the Berkshire.
What the fuck is a Berk anyway? I mean, besides like Becky? Did Becky make these mountains?
It's Becky's family, the Berkshires.
The Berkshires. She's like, as opposed to what shires? Like the Hampshires?
Yes. The new Hampshire.
There's the Hampshires, and then there's the I don't know. The Cheshires.
No, there are the Cheshires.
Yeah, so these are the Berkshires. Yeah. You know what? They seem to breed pretty good people there, right?
Yeah. Hardy stock.
Overall, yeah, they are hardy stock. They got big fucking mountains and you know, and artistic folk too. They're crafty.
Crafty people.
They are right there. They have what's that called? Mass Mocha, right? Isn't that right there?
Yep.
Mass Mocha. That's some artistic shit. That's like off the chart artistic.
It's not like a hot chocolate or something.
No, it's not like a coloring book or something like that. They like take whole warehouses and do crazy shit. They're like, oh, I know what we could do. Let's, turn
it into an art space.
Let's build the earth actual size. Bessic Hustle. So what are you going to say?
Recently on the linear trail.
You always can see him on the linear trail, right?
If he's there, you'll see him. Yeah.
Yeah. I heard he took a nap on the side and people thought they were in Hamden near Sleeping Giant, right?
Right.
Is that true?
Is that true? It could be.
Look it up. Bikini Chicken. That's right. Is that real chicken? Or, or is it lazy vegan chicken? I don't know.
Vegan chicken could be.
I got Bill Gibbs out running in Crescent Lake. Did I tell you about my run with Bill Gibbs?
No.
A little bit. I went for a run with Bill Gibbs out in Crescent Lake, and there's some real fucking trails there. That was wonderful shit that I hadn't even seen. I just skirted on the outside, and it's like running on the Metacomet there. So we have our patriotic Patreon, Bill Gilpatrick, Bill Odendahl, who I thought of today. As I was finishing my run, I almost stopped it at 699. I tried to, but I missed it. So I think I logged just over 7. I was trying to go for the 99. So, and you know what? I didn't hear anything about a dice challenge.
No.
I'm retired now, so they can bring that shit right on. Maybe I'll fucking roll the dice, right?
You gotta talk to Tarts. Oh yeah, well you could bring your own dice challenge to Odendahl.
I'd probably forget. In the middle of it, I'd like try to design a special dice roller, and it would take too long. So, we have Brian Musiak.
Listen to the Musiak.
You can definitely listen to him. Got Brian O'Hanlon, who is Brian O, who is Amy Jennifer Hanlon's Irish cousin.
Hanlon, yeah,
it was good to see. B. Rice Henley, Celeste Fong, a ding dong. Oh, where'd you go? Where'd you go wrong, a ding dong?
Missing you, Celeste. Come back.
That's right. Yes. And then Sherry Bilby. That was so fun having her on the episode last week, right?
I missed it. I was in
Oh,
California.
fuck you. That's right. You were not there. It was, but if you
I
haven't
was
listened
busy
to the
having
episode,
dinner with Amy Mauerpower.
mm, okay. Well, I'll tell you what. This is like having dinner with Sherry Bilby and
Yeah, there you go.
Kelsey Yang. So we have Chris Rosall knows all sees all.
Is all.
Yep. Christine
Ah,
Shinhing. I saw she signed up for um, the hamster wheel. Did you sign up for hamster wheel yet, Fred?
I did not. I can't make it.
Oh,
I know. I was like,
I think we
I'll
had this
make it.
conversation.
I can't believe you're not going to be there.
Oh, we were going to be buddies, you, me, and Fresno Bob.
We had it up.
You know what they did to Fresno Bob? Okay, look it up, kids. um, let's see. I think that was Escape from New York.
Yeah.
Snake Plissken. Why doesn't Snake Plissken support us? Right?
Yeah, he should.
He
I thought he
should.
was dead, Snake. Yeah.
Oh yeah, I heard he was dead.
Yeah.
We got Chris Crisco, Chris Colangelo. I think he's looking. Is he still looking for somebody to pace him at? What am I thinking here? Ghost Train.
I don't know. Ghost Train is gonna happen before this podcast comes out. Probably.
Oh, is that next weekend?
This weekend, I think.
This weekend coming up.
I believe so.
Shit. Maybe I got to see if maybe I can.
Maybe I'll do it.
Maybe I will. Any volunteers? I'll do it. Wait. I got to see. Maybe I can do that. Maybe I can't. I don't know. Clement Scented Chunks.
All right, Clement.
Chunks Lunks. There you go. Clarice Reinhardt. Let's hear it, Fred.
Oh, hello, Clarice.
That's pretty good. That's pretty good. I've got Crutch Lee. The aforementioned Crutch Lee. Saw him at Alpacaville.
Nice.
David Hoople, Hoops and Poops.
Oops.
David Hyde and Seek. I think David might be doing Hamster Wheel.
All right.
David Kaplan test.
Studying hard.
Yeah. Ellen Cretella Patella Connell. You can't spell Cretella or you can't spell Patella without Cretella.
Well, at least without a tella.
Yeah.
You need a tella for patella.
That's right. You need a teller to cash a check too. But
yeah, that's true.
Sorry.
That's bad. That's like the worst dad joke ever.
I know, that's very bad. Okay. Ellie Pell. Shit. You know what? And now all of a sudden we blink our eyes and it's been too long.
Yeah, I know. So I have a quick Ellie Pell story.
Yeah.
Big
Ellie
Steve,
Pell's quick, so that makes sense.
but she's very quick. Big Steve has season tickets to the University of Colorado women's basketball. And
Go Buffs.
He's unable to make a game where they are playing Northern Colorado, which is now Ellie Pell's school. So he reaches out to me and says, "Do you think Ellie Pell would want these tickets? Because I heard that she's at Northern Colorado now." And I said, "I don't know. Why don't you ask her?" And he's like, "Could you ask her?" So I said to Ellie, "So Steve has these tickets. Do you want them?" And she was like, "Yeah, sure." So now Ellie's hooked up with tickets for the November 7th game. And it's all because of Culture Nation.
This is like Fiddler on the Roof. Or isn't that Matchmaker?
Kind of, yeah.
Wow, this is great.
Like some of those ticket resellers or something,
6 degrees of Ellie Pell.
Yeah. Everybody's friends with Ellie Pell now.
That's excuse me. Yeah, that works. Fred, why don't you take it from here?
Yes. Emily Mayer of Culture City.
Mm-hmm.
Enrique Tello. I've run into him a couple of times recently around the Shire because, of course, he's also from the Shire. He is more famously known as the father of the chosen one.
Okay. Are you the Esquire of the Shire?
The Esquire of the Shire. I kind of like that.
Or
Yeah.
the Shire Esquire?
I'm gonna hang that out, hang that shingle out. Esquire of the Shire.
I like it.
Eric Westa,
Mm-hmm.
always sleeping.
That's right.
Franklin Gandiaga, sometimes known as Gandalf the Grey.
Mm.
Fred Wills, known as the fast Fred from Cheshire, as opposed to, me, slow Fred from Cheshire. Geoffrey Myler. Wait, he's Miller. Huh. That's interesting. Okay. Heidi Stearns and Foster.
That's right.
JJ Duran. He ran so far away.
Yeah. Any JJ stories lately?
I saw his name somewhere recently, or saw like he commented something on some Facebook. Well, he's been like doing some RDing of double N's races, right?
Yes.
Yeah. So I've seen him in that context, and given high points for it. Like he's doing a great job, which is not easy,
Yeah.
RD stuff. It'll wear you out.
Mm-hmm.
Jack I. Smith.
Oh yeah. So there is a fundraiser to help support Jackie. She's going through some tough times now. I'm going to put a link in the show notes to that, and it'll probably be. I believe the event is 2 weeks, and it's going to be on a Monday. I should have the date here. I don't have it right in front of me, but I'll put something in the show notes about Jackie's event. And as a fundraiser, I know she's she's let everybody know that she's going to be undergoing a double mastectomy, and she's a single mom. And this is a way to this event's a way to help give her a little bit of support through that, to help her make ends meet, and give her kind of
her, she's a super person, and everybody should know her because she's great.
Yeah, that is that's very true. So we'll be, there's lots of opportunities to help there. So
yes. So do it.
Yep. So do that today.
The aforementioned Jacques Sarbach. You're just too fast, Jacques. But I'm still gonna see if I get my son to reach out to you.
Does Jacques mean fast in French?
I think it might just mean or maybe Sarbach just means like super fast, super fast. Maybe that's how it translates.
Oh, Sar means that's like a superlative expletive in French, right?
Yeah, that's it.
And Bach means like come back, So Sarbach means like come back to me, meaning that you're running too far ahead.
Yeah. Okay. Yeah. Slow down.
Yeah.
Come back.
How he ran Sar away. So I don't know.
Jake Cocateen.
Mm-hmm.
Jamie Myler.
Oh yeah.
Jank. Jessica Crandall. Jillian Ellefson. Joseph and the amazing Technicolor Trail Charts.
All right.
Joseph Morris Rowe, running lots of streets.
Oh yeah.
Just the Plata. Justin Kowski, running very quickly.
Yeah.
Karen Prado.
I think she just finished she did the highest 1 million peaks in New England or something like that. I think the 6,000s or so, not the 6,000. I know there's not 6,000 foot peaks, but or was it the 600 peaks? Shit, I should know that. She and Fred just completed a mountain circuit, whatever thing. I fucked that up.
When they run a bunch of mountains, that's circuit.
That's right. Yes. They climbed every mountain. They forded every stream.
Right.
Until they found until they found their dream.
Right. Oh boy.
Oh,
Kelsey Egg,
that's right. Race director, co-race director of
race
the
director.
Netbuck Marathon, and our star of the last episode that we had, which was 310.
There you go.
I need to mention this also, though. We are going to release episode 309, which we've already recorded, which was
The one before 310?
with Alex Larson, yes, who is our nutritionist. Just a great episode. It's just a little bit more evergreen than the and that's the business talk for that I can release at any time. And it'll still be it's just so relevant. There's so much good information in it. I wanted to get the Kelsey and Sherry episode out just because it had to do with our current events, and wanted to get out to the people who could still relate to Netbuck Marathon before the snow was on the ground. So, and now back to you, Fred.
Lancelot.
There you go.
Laura Ritchie.
Bass Cat.
Lauren Edelman, who
Yes,
I think just qualified for Boston, right?
she did. Yes, and she was one of the folks that at first she was afraid, she was petrified. Didn't know how she was going to qualify without that extra time by her side. But she learned how to get along, and she fucking went out and crushed it. So
she did it. I know.
Congratulations
I read
to
that
her.
she was like, she had some trepidations about like the new qualifying times and stuff, but she just went out and did it.
Yeah. No, she absolutely did. So congratulations to her. And, I think she kind of proved just again that, like, and we hear this all the time, we're capable of so much more than we feel, unless you're me, and then you feel that you're capable of so much more than you actually are. and you underestimate the task at hand and overestimate your abilities. No, seriously, she she put a big scary goal up there and just focused on the process and got it done. So congratulations, Lauren. Enjoy Boston.
Loud Dog.
Oh yeah, getting ready for Devil Dog, right?
Is that the next one? He definitely he puts up his stuff. I guess maybe that's what it is. He's still 6 weeks out, I think. So
yes, yeah,
maybe 7 weeks out. Anyway, Loud Dog getting it done. He has the last 100 canceled because of Helene. So
yes, yeah. No, he did. He was going to do the Yeti, right?
Yeah, and we all like, oh darn, our race is canceled, but like there were more important things going on. People's lives.
Oh yeah,
were in danger, and everybody had to deal with some tragedy there. So
yeah.
Leanne Zarker, Laz,
mm-hmm.
seems to be everywhere doing everything.
Yeah.
Lenny's mom got it going on.
Yeah. And maybe Aos mom? Is that what it? I wonder is that just a formatting thingy?
It's a formatting thingy.
Is it?
You can't put they don't have the apostrophe.
Okay.
So I was out talking to Mauer Power in San Francisco, and said something about Jenna, and she was like, Lenny's mom got it going on. I was like, yeah, that's right.
Yeah, we got so much positive feedback on that. I think people really we enjoyed that episode, and I think our listeners did too. So
yeah,
thanks to Jenna for sharing about the Barkley Fall Classic with us. And we got to use words like testicle in a serious sentence. And
yep.
And spectacle.
And spectacle.
Like, how do you ever use the word testicle and spectacle in the same
Who
sentence?
wasn't figured that out? Like that was it who was it Becky or somebody figured it out that if you were going at steep, the person in front of you would be showing you some things.
Yes, yeah, because like, or if they
Yeah.
stop and you don't, you're gonna end up with your head in a cave. So,
Yeah.
oh
Yeah, that was good. Liz Vicious 30,
yes,
uh, Macho Man,
hmm
Mark Keeley, Marty DeCow,
Marty DeCow.
Matt Nilsson Schmilson,
Oh yeah,
Michael Lopresti,
that's right.
Michelle Pom Pom O'Neill,
Hmm
Microscopic Porcupine, Miles Victors.
That's right. Another one of those Miles guys, right?
Yeah, yeah. If your name is
I
Miles,
wonder if Miles Davis could run. I bet he could. He could run the
probably.
scales.
I I have this Facebook friend whom I don't think I've ever met, but he's a running friend. And he lives out in the mountains in Colorado, and his son
Hmm
I think just finished 100 at a young age, like 17 or something. And his son's name is Miles, and I was like, well, with a name like Miles, and he was like, oh, I was just hoping that it would take. So yeah, it's your name Miles. Mommy Craigery,
hmm Hopefully,
Monkey.
we get all um, the whole Celeste crew out to the
Idiots, the West
out
Idiots.
into the woods. Out
She
into the
she's
mesh.
pretty good. She's pretty good at drawing a crowd.
Yes,
I'm thinking that could
she's kind
happen.
of like a train wreck, right? Or like that episode of the Twilight Zone
Yeah,
where the crowd just gathers
it
around.
gathers. Yeah, Monkey Stuffo,
Monkey stuffer.
Name,
Mm-hmm.
Nat Zilski. Nothing going on here.
Couldn't find any.
Nothing. Nicole
Zilski.
Carey,
Cash and carry.
Peter Kayo,
Mm-hmm.
powered by Tots. He's usually the dice roller, but I've not seen
Yes.
him recently.
Yeah, the roller of the dice.
Prairie's Cocoa Panties.
Hmm.
Rebecca Gonzalez Iceberg.
Mm-hmm. Now, yeah, 7/10 of her talent is hidden from humanity,
Mm,
and
yeah,
it's all under there,
and it's cold.
waiting to calve.
There you go.
So,
Richard runs trails on YouTube. Finishes Traveler 100.
all right,
Right, Richard. Way to go. Rob
very
the
good.
Bear Breckenridge.
The bare ass Breckenridge.
Ron Lacandro.
Ron Lacandro.
Um, Ross Belak.
Ba-da-ba-ba.
Go Ross. I'm loving it. Rufus and Brenda Chafee Fortin. Chafee Chocolatey Chicken. Oof,
In Chicken Childs.
I'm tired after I say that.
Yeah.
Run the Whites at midnight.
Yeah, I think that's about the only time you'll be able to get up on the whites these days without having like a million people knocking you over. I hear it's pretty. I saw some news
busy?
reports
Yeah.
of like oh gosh, of just like enormous crowds, so much like
Really?
even bigger than usual there.
Why?
Leaf peepers.
Oh, the leaf peepers are going.
Yeah, people going to like
Yeah.
what's that one that's like Artist's Ledge or something like that. It's like this short little trail. But just like people were afraid, I saw it looked like a mob like going up there. It was like they were like 4 deep going up. It made Hillary's
Really?
step look like, look hard, look like
Like
nothing.
the Hillary
So,
step in May when people
Yeah.
are going to Everest and there's like a chain of people.
that's right. Except this was like six wide,
Oh, okay. All right. That's too much.
It looked like, when there's a broken escalator in Grand Central,
Okay.
you know.
Rusty Red Wagon.
Oh yeah, keep wagging.
Rusty Red Wagon. Sam
Yep.
Dibdall.
Dib it all.
Sandy Bartell. Barbells.
Go barbells.
Sarah Soon and Crew and Porus.
Yeah, I haven't seen her in a while. I gotta find out what the haps.
He's up to Big Scott Johnson,
Big Scott Johnson.
Simon C. Edgett,
Oh yeah.
who caught two leaves while he was like, I don't know where he was, like sitting down or something, but not running. He was wondering if the rules would prohibit him from counting them. Somebody pointed out that there are no rules, so you can count any leaves you want.
He's like the leaf whisperer.
Yeah.
He just like he
They
sits
came
there.
to him. He
they
sat
come
in
up
a
to
chair
him.
and they like came right to him.
That's right.
Sco Buffs.
Mm.
That's Big Steve, who
Oh,
gave
yeah.
us tickets to Ellie Pell. See, we like friendships right here.
That's it. That's
Us.
paying it forward there. Good things are going to
Yeah.
start happening to you now.
That's it.
All you need is this thermos.
Spread the love. Slurpee Runner.
Oh yeah.
Slurping around Delco. Steep Endurance.
Yes.
Steve Estremera.
I guess a steep endurance. I think Mohawk Marathon, is that like, that's got to be coming up soon?
It might
Like,
be this weekend.
yeah, I think it is.
Last weekend,
So,
so it might be this weekend. It's soon.
Yeah.
You're right.
yeah. Yep.
Ty.
Yep. And Steve Estrema.
I said him. I said.
Oh,
I
okay.
said
Sorry.
him. It's okay. You can say it twice. I'll say it again. Steve Estremera.
Okay.
10 junk miles. Get some while supplies last.
That's right.
Many will play. Few will win.
Hey, wishing a get well soon
Good
vibes for Scotty out there. So I know he's got some injuries, kind of like what we were talking about before. So
many people do.
Hope you work through those soon. So we can get out to run comrades sometime. So
the Blue Hills Contingent.
Contagion.
I saw that movie. The Lazarus Crew.
Mm-hmm.
Tom, the Destroyer, Stardie. Tony DiDomizio. Ultra Walker, who I saw after like not seeing him for like 2 months. We got to walk in finally. Not this past weekend, but the weekend before. Waldhammer, whom I saw this past weekend, and we got some miles in. Walt is a fast walker. I like to run some during those races, but I'm not a fast walker. I'm more of a stroller. And we'd walk together, and then all of a sudden he'd be like 100 feet in front of me. So I'd have to run to catch up. Good job. William, keep running, bro, on YouTube. Hara. That's it, right? Is that the end? We done?
Yeah, looks like that is all we got there. So thank you to all of our all of our Patreon supporters. We really do appreciate that, and appreciate you guys. You guys are the ones who make it all worthwhile to us. It's that's
we do it all for you.
Yeah, we do. I love taking the time to recognize you guys, and it's I don't know, it's cool. So if you have any, if you're a Patreon and you want to there's something that you'd like to see, shoot us a note or something like that.
Yeah,
would always
just
like
check in and what's going on.
Any feedback?
We'll,
yeah.
Shout that out.
Let's see. I did want to say there's one other thing. Just a second. Sorry, I'm just checking here. Sorry. Okay, so I did want to recognize Ben Quattromoni, sorry, for he recently set the fastest known time on the North-South Trail.
Oh, nice.
And that's the trail that goes through Rhode Island. It's kind of like the Rhode Island equivalent of the Cut. It's a route that uh, LSE, Lee Stewart Evans, and Jimmy Mack did in the winter. I ran it as an unsupported FKT. And Ben Nephew ran it years ago. And, and this time Ben did it. So I want to congratulate him on that. It is just a beautiful route, just starts at the top in the north and it goes to the south, just like it says, ending at the beach at Blue Shutters Beach. So,
and what is it about? 76 miles?
Yeah, 70. He marked it in at 75. I think I had it at like 76 or something like that,
Right.
But it's not super high elevation, but it can be, most, and it's somewhat runnable. Most of it is, but there are some sections that are tricky, especially the beginning, depending on water on the trail or mud on the trail. I went through a couple sections that were 100 yards long, with shin deep water, just running through no way to go around it. Like the only way out was through. So, but like 6,800 feet of elevation. He ran it at under a 9-minute pace, which on that is, nice. is pretty cool. So, so congratulations.
Yeah,
that was a great, that was a great run on his part. So congratulations to him for the getting the supported one there. And we'll see how long it takes for somebody to break that. I mean, we know that nothing's forever, but
nothing is forever. Somebody will break
that's
it.
A great one. Maybe that'll get Cole Crosby looking at this.
Yeah, pretty stout record, but man, Cole would be somebody.
Yeah. So, let's see. I don't know. So I think this was a lot of fun tonight, Fred. So thank you very much for hanging out here. Right?
It's been great. I actually still have work to do, so I gotta get back to work.
You gotta get back to work. I thought you were working here. You're still on the clock. Here, you can bill like your clients for this shit. Don't you guys do that? Like
I have to finish a mediation position statement and email it to the mediator tonight.
Oh my God. Okay. That sounds, I don't even know what that is, but something about
sounds kind of lawyery though, right?
Yeah. That's in perpetuity. So, okay. For all of our listeners out there, thank you so much for listening. And if you've made it this far, of course, seek professional help. And we will see you all in a mile
and a half.
All right.
All right.
All right. Very good.